What is your problem, Nigerians? What's the problem of Nigerians? Problem here, there, everywhere is red. Like my t-shirt. Red like my t-shirt. I love rapping, but I know sabi rap. It's quite unfortunate. One of the profession that I would have loved to do or engage. If I'm probably in music, I would have loved to be a rapper. I love rapping. So that's why one of my best musicians on earth is Fowls the Bad Guys. I just like the way the guy put together his lyrics in a very, very funny way. Humor people, even in his rap, you know. Good day, viewers. My name is Adinanju, and you're watching Future ABC Media Online TV. So today I'm going to be ranting because actually I don't even know where to start. The whole country is red, everywhere is messed up, everywhere is toxic. Yesterday when I was listening to, I went on my social media and I stumbled upon a video that was posted on our community platform here in the area where I reside. And something struck me from the video. There are two lawyers who are kind of making skit joke about Nigerian situation. And I felt like maybe I should talk about it. It was just quite unfortunate. I would have loved to put the video here, but I don't want to for copyright reasons. But in the video, what I can pinpoint was that the guy was talking about if you live in Nigeria or you are in diaspora and you are a Nigerian who have lived in Lagos before. The guy claimed to be living at Oshodi and then works at CMS. And apparently, the BRT boss that belongs to the Lagos state government, or should I say Lamata, which is still being owned majorly by the Lagos state government or controlled majorly by the Lagos state government, put their fee at 700 naira from Oshodi to CMS. Which means if you're just going to board only that, to and fro will cost you 1,400, which is 1,400 in naira, I mean, on a daily basis. So let's say you don't work on Saturday and Sunday, on the weekends. You only work from Monday to Friday, which is like a 1,400 times 5. 1,400 times 5 will give you 7,000 naira in a week. Or let's do it this way. Majorly, I used to calculate 22, 23 working days in a month. And if you are to go by the 22 days, which means 1,400, which is 1,400 times 22 days, that means you are going to be spending 30,800 naira on transportation alone. If you are lucky to trek out from your area, board the BRT, and the BRT will get you to a place where you can easily trek down to your office or your place of work. And I pay keen attention to this and ask myself this question. If anyone spends 30,800 and he has a minimum wage of 30,000 naira, which I'm not even sure any state government is paying, but let's assume both federal and state are paying 30,000 naira. Then how the HELL do the government of the day want them to cope? I don't understand. It is only in Africa that we see things like this, especially in Nigeria, whereby what you are being offered as a salary is far below what you need for transportation alone. And a lot of people will come and say, okay, why can't the person go and live close to that place? Because anywhere that is filled with corporate houses, corporate entities, or an habitat that is, kind of urban in nature and then filled with corporate bodies, especially their companies. If you are to get a residence in such area, it's either you bury your mother alive, use her for ritual, or perhaps behead yourself and turn your head to money before you'll be able to afford to pay for such an apartment. In the developed country, for an instance, UK, US, Canada, Australia, Switzerland, Sweden, and all the likes, even the countries that we consider, not fully developed in terms of the fact that maybe they only have dictators who have just been ruling them wrongly, they still manage to make sure that whatever any citizen is earning is enough to take care of their need at the minimum. At the minimum, which means that if you are working in a place, your earnings must be able to cover for every of your financial obligations, or should I say financial hurdles. Every of your financial obligations must be catered for. But we live in a country whereby the minimum wage is 30,000 naira, and a bag of rice is, the least I heard these days is 50,000 naira. And the real one people consume mostly are maybe 52, 53 upward. So that is to tell you that we have people who are supposed to be in the zoo being given the opportunity to be at the seat of power, at the helms of every key affairs that will affect us drastically, beautifully, or wrongly. And today, I only gave you this background of this so as to tell you why many Nigerians are now corrupt. Because I don't see how they are going to cope. How can I be earning 30,000 naira and then my transportation to and fro work Monday to Friday, if I'm lucky not to be working on Saturday as well, Monday to Friday cost, in a month, cost 30,800 or even more? How can my transportation alone be more than what I'm to be paying? So let's just look at all these things from this perspective. How can you be earning 30,000 naira and be spending 30,800 naira on transportation and you say you're working? First, I blame the Nigerian who is doing that. Any Nigerian who is working and earning 30,000 naira and is spending far more than he or she needs to probably survive on a monthly basis is either a thief. You must be a thief. And then why would I ask people? I remember quite some days ago, I was sitting with one of my friends who sell gas at the bus stop. We were not talking about finances. And he made mention of something. He said, my brother, what I am spending is more than what I am earning, which is a very wrong statement. Then I kept asking him, I asked him that day, I said, are you on debt? He said, no. Are you owing anybody money? He said, no. So, and you claim that what you are spending is more than what you are earning. So if you are not owing anybody money and you are not, let's assume that you are spending 50, you are earning 50,000, you are spending 70,000, which means that something must be providing the remaining 20,000. Is that you are getting a loan, borrowing money from someone, which means that even if you are borrowing some money from someone, before you run through the year, you will have been in huge debt. So how can you be earning money that is far below what you're spending? He said that is it, or he himself doesn't understand. I've seen a lot of Nigerians said that only God has been helping them. How can you be earning far less than what you're spending if you are not a thief? Because there is no way you can tell me that you are spending more than you are earning and you expect me to believe that. Logically, it doesn't make sense. Because everything you spend have to have been earned or stolen or acquired or, through any means. And if you don't have many sources of income, you only have maybe one perhaps. So, and that one can only give you 30,000 naira. And for your TFA alone, you need 30,800. Then I need to question what is adding up to balance all your financial obligations. So look at this video beside me here. You will see some people who are into rice distribution and see what they do here. So you'll be amazed that is how some people survive. Everybody have become overly corrupt just because they are looking for a way to survive. I look within my area, I've always said this in my video. Every apprentice or everybody who engage in handiworks I mean barber, hairdresser, tailoring, organizer, mechanics, rewire and the likes. When I see most of them, I ask this question: why don't you have apprentices? They will tell me nobody wants to learn anything anymore. So we are losing that culture of building people who will help us solve our problems. And how can people make money? How to make money is simple. Solve a problem and get paid for it. It's either you are rendering services, or you are selling a product, or you are selling some ideas. But nowadays, because of the overflooding of opportunities that fill the internet space, you see most of our guys, what are they into? Either scamming, fishing, and stuff like that. They are into all sort of illicit way. People are not well engaged in the right way. And at the end of the day, what do you do? What do you get? You get people who are like this, who is who have you know, who has nothing to use his head to think of than to take drugs and then put himself in this type of mess where people will be, looking for a way to. And I'm not the type who likes to talk about problems alone. I like to prefer solutions. So from this perspective, let's look at it from this way. If our problems is not getting enough jobs, why can't we focus on our potential? Agriculture. I've been to many farms in my life. I've seen people who earn money through planting of cassava. They make cassava flour from it, which could either be the cassava powder or the cassava flakes they call gari, or the elubo. You know, I've seen people go into quail farming, snail farming, poultry rearing, fish farming, and the likes. And they make money. I was discussing with somebody about like 4 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4 days ago, yeah. I said our educational system is fraudulent because it's not addressing the real issue within our country. If you look at our community now, like I was saying earlier, all the girls now show their nakedness, half naked, dancing, shaking butts, shaking boobs online. That's the only thing they know how to. They have nothing upstairs. I've seen many married women, housewives. The only thing they just do online is to come and do like this and play music at the background and be dancing and be doing like one imbecile, because that's what they felt that can give them money. Even people who have natural talents have killed their own talents, all in the name of just behaving like a slut or a whore online, just because they felt like, okay, if they have gathered so many simpletons as followers, they can start monetizing their page and using it to earn revenue. So at the end of the day, those are the people that will earn revenues, buy banks, buy all sort of things, and they are damaging the society furthermore, because our children grow up now to see what those ones are doing and look at people who are actually working hard, nothing to show for it, but see somebody who is just showing boobs and butts online. Almost all our celebrities are empty in the head, especially the female. And what do? They just say all sort of rubbish, do all sort of rubbish, rant online, profile no solution. Not even they cannot even identify the problem. That way, it's either they don't want to identify it or they don't even know that there's a problem. Not to talk of profiling solution to it. And all they do is just to throw balls, do rubbish online. People go and watch and laugh and stuff like that. And that's it. And they are the one who buy the latest Benz, the latest, live in the most exotic house and stuff like that. And when kids, younger generation that are coming up see all these things, they will never want to work hard or be a solution provider. What they want to do are frivolous things, frail things, things that make no sense, things that add no value, things that doesn't solve any problem than just further plunge people into deeper stupidity or put them completely in the world of stupidity or in limbo of stupidity, if I can use that word. And that is where we are right now. That is what the community have all become. People don't think of how to provide solution again. And like I said in the video I made yesterday, in my yesterday video, I remember I said something that everyone is smart. It's just that people are wrongly smart these days, or smart in the wrong things. Somebody doesn't know how to provide solution or to probably think of an idea that can bring money, but is smart in sleeping around, smart in showing bots, understanding that, oh, if I show bot, this is what is trending. And would you blame them? Nobody is sanctioning the cyberspace. Everybody just come online, say all sort of rubbish, come online, do all sort of rubbish. Nobody is addressing the elephant in the room. Nobody is addressing the problem that is plunging us into poverty, that makes Nigeria today the capital poverty of the world. Everybody is just doing whatever that pleases them, however it pleases them. And there's nobody solving anything. And whatever we produce in the society, like I said yesterday in my video, we produce frail human beings, weak human beings, people who have nothing upstairs. When I go online and I see what the Asian people are doing, the Arab people are doing, the Europeans, the Americans, and the likes, everybody is looking for a way to outdo each other in terms of improvement, technology. Their younger generation are providing opportunities that are almost endless, limitless. You know, opportunities that goes further than like 1,000, 2,000 years ahead. But we have our own kids here that are into fraud, and their parents knows about it, and they aid and abet them. So we produce frail human beings, people with questionable characters, people who are odious in nature, and at the end of the day, they grow up to become our senators, honorable house, governors, ministers, presidency, or the SA, the special advisor on this and that. And we now say we are living in a very, if we truly have a leader that care in this country, or people that care, because the people doesn't care, so the leader will not care because the leader is part of the people. If we truly have a leader, how can I be the head of a company and I know that the least of my staff will need like 100,000 naira to survive in the community or the society where we live, and I'm paying the least person 20,000 naira, and I'm expecting the person not to steal. So it is like the people who uphold our system that deliberately create Nigeria, plunge Nigeria into this, made them become thieves. They destroy everything. I don't understand how the president will sit down in his office. The governor will sit down in his office, knowing fully well that 30,000 naira cannot even survive somebody, cannot sustain somebody for 1 week in this type of economy they plunge us into, in this type of situation. And they will be offering that person 30,000 naira in a month, and you expect that person not to steal. Number one, how do you even expect that person to function well? I remember when I was still working for a sports newspaper, I was discussing with my former employee then at the time. I said, why do players give their all and all on the pitch? And he showed me a report. We even discussed further on it, of how every club take care of how every club take care of every of their players' obligations. I remember when Messi had court case, it was Barcelona that provided him the lawyer. They provide them every of the necessities, even wants that they don't need, so that they can take their heart away from all those shenanigans or all those charades and just focus on delivering on the pitch. Any country that wants to have productive people will first eliminate hunger away from. You see, when you watch American movies, you just see when a scientist is picked up that the country needs your service. The scientist doesn't need to argue. He knows that every of his efforts that he puts will be compensated for. But Nigerians have governments that run on the fact that people goes to work. The people who employ them don't even know how their needs are being taken care of. And it's like that with almost every Nigerians. So we have a set of people who, see, to be honest, if someone should ask me today and ask me that, what do I see in this country in the next future or in the nearest future, I'll just tell you that this country is going to explode. If not for the fact that the people of this country are strong, I mean strong, Nigeria should have been destroyed. Some country will not experience what we're experiencing now before they start war. I still keep pondering about it. 30,800 for TFA alone, and I'm earning 30,000 naira. How do I survive? Will adults now start lapping each other inside the bus? Or will they have to trek? Like if you have to resume work by 8, you have to wake up by 3, leave home by 3:30 or 4, and start trekking long hours. Just because you... How can you expect people... No, hardly anybody is productive again in Nigeria. How do they want to be productive? How will they be productive when their needs... I'm not talking about wants here. Needs means feeding, transportation, which is a necessity to convey you from one place to another. Let's just say housing. Clothing is part of it, but you don't pay for house and clothes on a daily basis, but you must eat and transport on a daily basis. So I would say eating, transportation, or better put, transportation first, because people even go to work before they eat their breakfast these days. Nobody have time to even stay at home to eat because of the gridlock everywhere in the country. And this also boils down to one of the previous stuff that I've talked about once. How Nigerians are just churning out babies unnecessarily. If you go to our hospital these days, I was speaking to a guy yesterday who was boasting to me that he has 4 kids. This is someone who usually begged me for help. And you have 4 kids. Me, I only have 2. Because it was planned out. I've seen people who have 5 kids. And they don't have money. I still consider myself poor. But we are living, at least most of our needs have been taken care of. But I see people who are far poorer, who even earn like 1/4 of what I earn, and they have more kids than I do. And anybody, like I used to say in my video, anybody who tells you kids are blessing is a lie. Kids are human beings. And if you bring them forth to this world, you've heaped upon yourself responsibility. Very huge one. It will hinder you from going wherever you want to go. You have to plan them along, factor them into everything you want to do. You have to. They are going to pay school fees. They are going to be fed. You are going to buy diapers when they are young and stuff like that. Buy clothes. Start planning for. Most people have not fully planned for themselves or survive on their own, and they want to bring forth another human being. I've said this time without number. Because it's just like I'm repeating myself over and over again, like a broken record. We need to start changing the narrative. Our kids now, most of the video that I do that people ought to pay attention to, listen to, and look at, okay, what is this guy saying? How can we now come out of this situation? People won't watch this video. At most, the only videos that I get thousands of are gossip, especially when you post something that are very funny, stupid things that doesn't make sense. But anything that will help people grow well, build a beautiful society, live where people don't follow. We have now deliberately made most Nigerians idiots. And that's the work of our leaders. Because everyone who had always come to lead, our president has been sworn in now since May 29. Up till now, we've not seen any significant. We don't even know where he's going. We don't see any path laid down. The primary responsibility of every government, which is one, security, maybe healthcare and housing, none of it has been taken care of. None. Not to talk of providing job opportunities, which are the secondary, providing social infrastructures and stuff like that that can help bring in expatriates to come and invest their money, their foreign currency into our country, which will further create job opportunities and so. Nobody does this. We just hear they want to go and borrow money. You will see a government who wants to borrow millions and billions of dollars in order to come back and buy exotic car for some honorables and some dimbat senators who just go to the house to say hi, nay, and then send some prayers to themselves into their bank accounts. We have idiots. Idiots at the seat. How did the idiot becomes? It's because they want to make most Nigerians idiots. By the time you make them idiots, it will be very easy for them to vote for an upgraded idiot like them to be at the helms of affairs. Everybody has lost focus. What we hear on a daily basis in Nigeria is complaint. Nobody's planning. Even within families, there are so many people I've talked to. These are things that I see that are wrong in you. Why can't you just look into this, look into that? Nobody listening. The only way people are listening is if you are giving them money. That's the only language people understood now. Money. And go and research all the rich people who became rich today. They did not focus on money. They focused on solving problems. Because it is by solving problems you generate revenue. If I am a well-trained shrink, I will have a beautiful office in the eyebrow area of this state, Lagos, where I live. And people will come and meet me. They will share their problem with me. I'll provide solution, and they'll pay me per hour. The main reason why I started my channel was to bring forth this channel to the people of my community so they can hear what I have to give, help them reshape some of their wrong notion, wrong thinking faculty that's been imbibed in them or they've engaged themselves in since decades ago, so as to force them to unlearn the rubbish they've learned over the years and relearn the right thing that can help improve their lives. Everywhere I look within my community, wrong. And we are infecting other part of, if not for the fact that the European and the Americans are beautiful people with great mindset. Forget about people saying that they plunge you into whatever. If you are not an idiot of a person in the first place, how will people come here? Like, let's say 1,000 people come to the land where 1 million people will reside, and the 1,000 people took you all stage, handcuff you, leg and hand. Every slavery that have ever happened in blacks' land are made possible by the black people. I've seen a lot of celebrities come out to condemn the whites. I don't have anything against the white people. They are smart, they are smart. In fact, without them, I won't be using this gadget because this gadget wasn't produced in Africa. Despite the fact that we have the whole raw material that is being used in producing all these things, we don't produce. There was a time in 2011 when Sanusi Lamido Sanusi was interviewed by STV, Silverbird Television in Lagos here. Was given an award as one of the best man of the year that year. And he said something in his speech. He said, Nigeria is the highest cassava producing nation in the world. As at that time, I don't know whether we are still the current highest producing cassava nation. And we import starch. Is that bad? So when celebrity comes out, instead of attacking the problem within the society, they attack the people who saw loopholes and are taking advantage of us. They didn't force us into anything. They bribed our leaders, and our leaders succumbed to whatever thing. During the slave trade era, is it not our kings that were selling our people to the white people for the sake of having a mirror? Me, I don't look at somebody who come to punch me. I look at the fact that I am so stupid not to be able to defend myself or punch the person back. So when we pay attention more on the white people did this to us, the white people did that to us, what did they do to you? In fact, without them existing, we will still be using our children to do sacrifice to one gods or whatever thing. And a lot of people who have come to even attack the white people say all sort of things about them. They never looked at the benefits of what, even this constitution, this whatever thing that we have today, the way of life and stuff like that, even the free as our education is, these white people still brought it. And when they brought religion, they didn't say take away your brain. Even if their religion has been brought in order to take away our brain, am I not a Nigerian? Why do I think different? When I sit down with a Nigerian man like me, and I'm trying to liberate that person, the first thing I see is a form of defense. And some people will say, okay, it is everything that they have put in their head that causes this defense. The white people never said don't have an open-minded. They are looking for a way to take advantage of you. Yes, it is the nature of human being, because no human being is capable of peace. I said it in one of my videos. If you are free as a human being, no war, no nothing, your body itself is capable of war by itself. Why? Because there's something created with every human body, be it animal or human being. It's called white blood cells. So if you are free of every external forces, and the white blood cells in the body was designated, designed to continuously fight germs and diseases in the body. If you continuously fight germs and diseases in the body, the moment the body contains no germs and diseases again, the white blood cell will start fighting the body that it was designed to even protect in the first place. So whether we like it or not, we have come to this world. The moment you open your eyes in this world, it's a battle from the beginning till battle of survival of the fittest. So when people blame the white people, the likes of Shell, Chevron, and all the likes that came here and plunged us into, I would say, did they have the right to do that? Did they have the strength to do that? Or our people allows it? Why can't our government also go to the United States of America to go and swindle them or plunge them into or take advantage of them? Why is it that they are the one who used to come here? It's because even we as a people, we never developed. Tell me one area we have ever developed in the country. Even our development is still based on what they have been doing before. So that's why when we see somebody make a local car here, we are always so excited. Go and look at all the materials in which he will use to make those cars. It's been designed and produced by these same white people. I'm not saying what they are doing is good in terms of human to human, but that's human being for you anyway, because even within family, how many people take advantage of each other? So when we sit down here and say some people are bad and people are being plunged into penury, we need to probably look in depth. So here are my solution. When you give birth to a child, train that child up and let that child realize the ethics, the modalities of human being. We eat, we drink water, we use cream, we use soap, and this. How can somebody become rich? How can somebody generate revenue? By providing solution to some people's problems. If I have the privilege to produce a bathing soap today that have a very beautiful scent, and people use it and it doesn't destroy their skin texture or whatever. Before I know it, with the help of marketing, the skin soap or the toilet soap will keep increasing in sales. People will start knowing it. Then I need to start improving on it, which will force me to probably employ people from the labor market, which means that I have helped solve some problem. And that will generate revenue into my pocket. And at the same time, when I have become so rich very well, I will start to do CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, to either finance this or finance this project or finance this student or finance this program or whatever, anything that can benefit our society. But no, majority are not doing that. And even the people who have managed to do it, the people they employ have plunged them into ruins. How? By heavy theft on a daily basis. Every factory in this country are being stolen from. Even if you go to eateries such as the Chicken Republic, the Trazini, Sweet Sensation, and the likes, and all those Domino, people just look for a way to steal. They have always devised a way to steal. So our country is in ruins because every human being you see around you, watch out. When I talk to some of my friends or ex-colleagues or junior colleagues or other people who we've worked together or people that I know from here who are now living in abroad now, whenever they tell me about the people from my country, it doesn't really surprises me because major people from this country, majority of people of Nigeria, they are thieves. They are thieves. Majorly, I am saying it as a Nigerian without remorse, without regret, that majority of the people of this country are thieves. That's why you have parents whose children are into yahoo yahoo, fraudulent internet, fraudulent scamming act or profession, and the parent knows about it, and they are aiding and abetting them. Some parent knows that their children are into prostitution or whatever they call it these days. They call it oloshoism or whatever. Most of our celebrity, female celebrity, are into it. How the hell will they be able to afford all those luxury life that they live? How many movies are they doing? How much do they pay per movies? They say they have endorsement. Endorsement in what? Someone just started acting like a 5, 10 years and she can already afford a 120, 180 million, 200 million worth of apartment or building. From where? From which money? From which revenue? At least if you are a senator now, you will know that because of one stupid man's selfishness of wanting to run for the third time in office in Nigeria from 1999 to 2007 and wants to extend it to 2011, he heaped so much money. The senator were asking him for money and he was signing it into law. At least as a senator now, your take-home pay might let you afford, might afford you this luxury life. But as a celebrity, tell me what you're doing. But I can understand now that even most celebrity makes genuine money from internet. I remember when I was watching Mark Angel's interview at the time, when I heard that there was a time, 2016, 17, the guy was earning $450,000 in a month. This is what no Nigerians who work in abroad can boast of earning in a year. And somebody earn it in a month. And the same guy is not even living a luxurious life. He's so gentle looking. He's not always looking rich. You just know he's rich. But everybody wants to become rich without wanting to solve any problem, without even listening to the stories of people who become rich, how they suffered, the pain they went through, the kind of challenges they faced, and how they were able to overcome their challenges, their pain, their fear, and everything, and how money started coming in little by little by doing what they know how to do best. But everybody just want to wake up and become rich all of a sudden without having the privilege to look into what you can provide as solution, service you can render. And then there are so many, if I'm to start counting reasons why a lot of people are poor today. There are many of it: lackadaisical attitude, irresponsibility, lack of honesty, untruthfulness, and frivolousness, engaging in stupidity, loving charades and practicing it, and engaging in more of charades, things that are, and they are not ready to change. And nobody is coming out to probably help them reshape it. And the few people, or let me not say nobody is coming out, the few people that are out there trying to reshape the thinking faculty of this lot are not being paid attention to. And when those ones who discover that, oh, people are not paying attention to me for doing what is right, they will just switch to what they want, what the itchy eyes and the itchy hair want to watch and hear. And say you want your life to be destroyed, I will help you destroy it further. So today, I don't have much to say than just to rant. Anybody who is watching this, look within your environment, your family. If you are here in Nigeria, if you are there in diaspora, and just always make sure that things are done properly. If you have anybody within your family that is not doing anything, engage them, talk to them. Let them know that it is by solving problems that they can become rich. I've seen a lot of parents whose children are not doing anything and they are not bugged. They're not bugged about it. Like, it's normal. Parents who have teenage children, people who have already grown into adulthood, doing nothing, and they are comfortable with it. They're comfortable with it. And they are not even scared of tomorrow. They are not even afraid of what the children will become tomorrow. Because every human being that lives on this earth must eat. And for you to eat, you have to work. If you are not working, you have to be stealing. If you are not stealing, you have to engage in illicit activities. If you have derail away from the path that the society has set as the just path to make money, you have to be doing the unjust things just to make money for your survival. Or you engage yourself in begging, corporate begging like they call it these days. So, and we have religious settings. If you look at this video here, I want to I want to I want to I thank you, my God, for you to be giving me the power and the privilege to disgrace my enemy. I thank you, oh Lord. God. Religious settings that are just doing rubbish. This is what you see them do in churches. And at the end of the day, that is supposed to be, fun. I don't believe in religion. I know there is spirituality, but I don't believe in it. Religion was man-made, man's construct, just to turn people to dim bat, as you are saying these ones. But at least in the religious setting, if that is the place people go to, maybe they could have been, that avenue could have been used to reshape their thinking faculty, but no. All the religious leaders know how to do is to look for it. With the same way the white people, who everyone is abusing, that plunging us into poverty. They have ripped us off. It's the same way we are ripping each other now. Religious people are just looking for idiots that will come to church with whether the money they legitimately earned through painstakingly earned, legitimately earned, or illicitly earned. Just bring the money, dump it at the coffer, so that the pastor can ride private jets, buy yacht. Like our president is also looking for how to buy yacht. Very funny. We have a country where people cannot feed, and an hungry man's heart. It's not just only the devil's workshop, oh. It's even the God's workshop, because God himself is devilish. We have a complete set of generation that are wasted. All the Gen Z, go and look at them. Name one Gen Z that you are proud of in your area. The female are prostitutes, outrightly prostitutes. You hardly find the ones that are working, and the ones that are working are not even serious with their work. They are not paying. The males are completely written off. Maybe 0.001% or 125% of them are just thriving. Those are the ones who are still considering that should we shift to this place that are wrong, or should we just maintain this path? Actually, it's becoming a mess of a country, especially when we have government that pay 30,000 naira for people who minimally need maybe 70, 80, 100,000 naira to survive for their needs, not even want, needs, just the essential need, not even all the needs, essential ones, which are housing, so as to have a place to lay their head, clothing not to be naked, and what to eat. At least, if I'm not talking about eating three times in a day that they call the 3 square meal. I'm talking about maybe when you feed in the morning and maybe in the evening, maybe twice or sometimes even once per day. So with this, I will leave you. I've ranted enough. It's left for you to probably look at everything I've said and see if it affects your life one way or the other. And if it affects your life and you're looking for maybe counseling, you can call me. I'm free. I'll talk to you. I'll ask you some questions. Then I can help people, because I'm so good in that, to help people reshape their life using just words. I don't believe in prayer. I believe in action. In fact, there is nothing in this world that we know of today that came through prayer. Everything came through action. Something has to be built. Someone has to build something. Someone has to construct something. Something has to be said. Something has to be done. Physically, things are done. And for people who even believe in spirituality, spirituality is good if it is just genuine. And you have to understand that this one is genuine before you engage in it. But religiosity, right off. I'm a Bible scholar to some extent. And I can tell you that everyone that you see online today practicing religion, the ones that I've told you, that have come to tell you that some people are fake, or the ones that are actually fake themselves, because it's like fake. In the world of fake, it has hierarchy. There are fake, there are fakest, and there are fake, just fake, that seem like they are real. Religion is not real. Everyone is just looking for what to eat. That's why, I used to challenge most of the pastors. They said Moses split water, Elijah split water, Elisha split water. This one raised the dead. Jesus did this. Come and just do one of the miracles. Just one, not two. And if you can't do that, that means you are a waste. But call science today. Say, build me a bomb that can wipe out the whole of Lagos. They will build it. Build me a ship that can cross 1,000 people from one edge of the seashore, to another seashore. They will build it. Build one engine that they can install in replacement of the earth, so that it can prolong the lifespan of someone. They will build it. build hospital or drugs that can flush out dirtiness from the system of the body, they will build it. So everything is action. But when you see people going to church to go and skiri, and it's unfortunate many people who go to church today are useless, they are fake. Even the core tenets that their so-called religion put in front of them to uphold, none of them are. Anyway, let's not even go because I think I'm delving into religion again. I don't like speaking about religion anymore because I just want people who wants to do their religion to do their religion. I don't know what they gain there, but me, I've always been an enemy of religion right from onset. Because I just one thing I hate is that you cannot say this thing is white and it's not actually white. I cannot pick up this now, which is a pen, and you tell me this is a gun. This thing was designed for a purpose, is to write out something. I can't cook with this. Religion will make you believe that if you have faith, as much as the master said, this thing can turn to a stove or a gas cooker or a car that will ride that will until I come your way maybe tomorrow when I have another thing to rant about or to talk about things that are affecting our community. That's my own mission. Because I believe that if everybody is okay, if we have a very sane community, the community will thrive, everyone will be happy. Even if we are not all rich, at least we'll be happy. And riches doesn't give happiness, trust me. It is comfortability and helping people out, helping people reshape their problems or taking them out for whatever they have been plunged into that solve the problem. So maybe tomorrow I will be talking about few more things about things that people can do in agriculture that can, give them money. And if you know me personally, you will know that I don't mingle with everybody, especially when I know that your ways are not pure. And even among family members, the moment I discover that you are not using this, I just always acting as if miracle. Life is all about miracle. Life is not about miracle. So when I discover that this is who you are, I just stay away from you completely. Life is too short for me to be embracing rubbish. So, and the set of people that I want on my platform as my follower or as my audience, people who love to watch my video, are people who can use their number 6, who are not just critic for nothing, who can sit down, let's debate, let's analyze things. I don't have strength in talking today, though I've talked too much already anyway, but so I come your way next time, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you love my channel, you love how simple it is and how much I do pour out my heart here on a daily basis or from time to time, whether consistently or inconsistently, please subscribe. And if you don't want to subscribe, please like my video. Even if you open my video and you don't have time to watch this long, just click on the like button. It helps my click-through algorithm rate, whereby it allows other people. When people like my video, YouTube will pick it up that people love the video and they will show it to other people because I'm still looking for thousands of followers whom I can be speaking to. People who have listening here, who actually wants to grow in a peaceful and rightful path. Not just because they are looking for riches that is. When you see it, for instance, I was discussing with my wife a few days ago. I said, we went to a place and when we see some land for 1 million naira per plot, even within Lagos, Ikorodu, where I reside. And I told myself, I said, a lot of Yahoo boys, even after earning this money, what do they do with it? They always want to live now, 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 now. That's a typical Nigerian. They will just want to live now, now. That's why everybody wants to be rich. Not because they actually need that riches, because they just want to use it to oppress others. Now, things is always what they are looking for. Nobody is building anything. Nobody is planning towards the future. And when you see a lot of old people whose lives are wrecked within our community these days, people will now be pitying them. Like, maybe they have children that were not well taken care of when they were young. Parents, especially fathers that are being useless. They are not smart in building good life, but they are smart in frivolous things. Until I come your way tomorrow, just stay cool and stay blessed.